Okay, so here we are with the same keywords from um, a similar 30-day period, but this time I've got the day column in there. The reason I want that is that I might want to graph for a client kind of how performance has been over time, for instance. So maybe how much revenue we're getting every week, or how many, what ROAS has been for each week, stuff like that. So if I wanted to do it by week, I guess manually I could try and kind of sort by the date and then kind of select chunks of data. Um, but it's going to be really annoying because you see there's so many rows for each day. It's just going to get really annoying really quick. Um, but what I can do is I can do some sweet Excel tricks. So I'm going to insert a couple of columns, which is going to allow me to graph the data by week. And also I want to look at day of the week. Maybe I can find that, like, the weekend performs better than the other days or something like that. So I just wanted to say which week is this. And rather than, I guess, again, I could copy this down, go week 1 is everything down to 29, and then week 2 is whatever. Really don't want to have to do that. So instead, I've got a sweet formula, which is called week num. So I can just select formula week num, select the day, press enter. It always formats it as an annoying thing, so you've got to save it as a number instead. And you see it's number 30, which might be confusing, but that is the week of the year. So there's the 30th week of the year. And if I just copy that formula down, I can see that it starts adding it up. When we hit the 29th, we hit the 31st week of the year, and then when we hit the 26th, etc., etc. So I've got off the edge of the spreadsheet. So that's my week column. So that's going to be really easy for me to just really quickly kind of see how performance is performing per week using some SUMIFs a little bit. And I also want to know what day of the week this is. So I'm going to use another formula, which I think is day, or I think it's day. Again, it's going to format that as something annoying, so I'm going to format the number. Okay, so it's actually formatting this as the day of the month here, which is kind of useful, but I don't want the day of the month, I want the day of the week. So I'm actually going to do a different formula, which is weekday and this. Okay, so it's number 1. You notice we go down, it goes 1 through to 7, then it starts again when it's a new week. So it's going to allow me to see which day of the week performs in a certain way. So I'm going to make a new tab, and let's look at the weeks first. So I think my weeks start at 30. So let's go 30, 31. I can actually just drag these down and type them. I'll get down to 35 just in case. And I want to know cost, I want to know revenue, and from that, calculate ROAS. So again, I can just use my SUMIF. My range is going to be the week column this time. I can do a comma. My criteria is the week number. Kind of, yeah. And then I'm going to select the cost column, which is here. Okay. So those are how much I've spent in the different weeks. Okay, don't need these guys. Let's delete those. And how much revenue have I got in each of those weeks? So again, I can do another SUMIF. The range is again going to be the week. The criteria is going to be this guy again. I'm going to be looking for the revenue, which again is the all conversion value column, which I think is this one. Let me just check that that was the right one. Yep. Okay. I'm going to copy those down. I'm probably just going to format those with dollar symbols again. And maybe I'll take off a couple of decimal places, like that. Okay, so it seems like we've kind of been increasing spend throughout the month. Revenue hasn't totally lined up with that, So let's calculate the ROAS, which is revenue divided by cost. Okay. So we can see ROAS has kind of been varying throughout the weeks a bit. And maybe if I wanted to make like a super simple little chart for a client, I could kind of select those bits of data. I could do insert, maybe like a line chart. I'm using Excel on Mac, so it's super slow. But you know, we can see we've got cost increasing. We've got something here. It's very hard to see what's going on. I can actually just click Format Data Series, and I can put things on. If I plot something on the secondary axis, then that means that I'm looking at the cost is this orange line, which I seem to be looking on these values up to 1,000, and the ROAS is my grey line, which is over here, which is on these. That's the secondary axis. So that's cool. I could just delete that because it's the week. I don't need to be plotting the week. Maybe I'll just delete some of these trend lines. Maybe I actually want the cost to be displayed as a bar chart instead, so I can just do it like that as a column. That's kind of cool. Maybe if I just want to change the colors, which I do. Let's see. I want my columns to be purple. So that's the border. I want to do the fill. So I want them to be purple like that. Okay, oh, that's kind of nice. Now I can just get rid of the chart title if I don't want it. There you go. The only issue is that we seem to have 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, that's actually quite nice, but it should be 30, 31, 32, 33. So how would we change that? Select data. We can say the Y values. It's not going to be that, it's going to be this. And for the same here, the Y values are still these. So if we do OK. Oh, I didn't want to do the Y values, did I? I want to do the X values. Okay, let's go again. So I just undid those. Select data. Horizontal axis values. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to select those for the cost. And I'm going to select those for the ROAS as well. Okay, it's been annoying. Okay. What are you talking about? Classic Excel. Okay, that's fixed it. Lovely. Not the most beautiful, but we did get what we were trying to get in the end. Okay, so that's our kind of week data. Let's also look at our day of the week data. So, you know, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's our days of the week. Let's say I still want to look at cost, revenue, and ROAS because those tend to be the most important things. I've messed up these numbers, so let's just do it a better way, like that. So again, I'm going to do a SUMIF. Our range, this time I'm doing day of the week. And you can see it's all starting to mess up because we're doing it on Mac. Criteria is this guy. And then sum range is going to be cost column again, which is over here. Okay, then let's do the revenue one. Which again, SUMIF. We're going to look at day of the week. And the criteria is this one. And we are summing so it's P, and ROAS is going to be the revenue divided by cost, and let's just drag these down. Okay, And I guess I'll show you something super quick and easy, which is called the format painter. So, I've already formatted these two with the dollars and the number of decimals. I've kind of changed the number of decimals here. So I don't necessarily want to have to go through and do that all over again for these ones. So I could just select those and do this format painter thing, which just says copy this format to the things that I'm going to select. So I'm going to just go like that. And whoa, we've got the format on there too. Isn't that fun? Sure. Okay, so days of the week. Let's say I just want to graph days of the week and ROAS. So I'm just going to select those and do insert chart. Let's do some columns. Okay, so I don't need the days of the week columns, so I can just delete those. So I've just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's my days of the week. And we're not really seeing a huge difference in ROAS other than 6 and 7 seem to be particularly low, which is, I guess something to bear in mind. Maybe we might want to reduce our bids during those days to kind of make sure that we can try and improve performance a bit. So maybe for this graph, I generally don't like these grid lines, so I'm just going to press delete to remove those. Maybe I want to see the actual numbers above these. So if I right click on them and click Format Data Series, look at the series options. What do I want to do? I want to add some stuff. So I'm going to add some data labels. Now here we go. Lovely. So now I've got my columns and it says the actual numbers that correspond to those. And maybe I'll leave the title of ROAS in there because it's kind of explains what we're doing. So that's some quick tips in terms of turning dates into weeks and days, and what kind of stuff you can do with it.